Shalini? Somebody is there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What is the problem? Some technical issue?
No, ma'am. We were just including people, ma'am, joining them. Can we start, ma'am?
No. It's not like that. YouTube, this thing, it is going on, that PowerPoint presentation. Whereas in this Google, this thing, it is not coming. So I had a doubt. Is there any problem with this?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. 1 minute. Here it is. The volume is not there. There,
No,
ma'am.
it is not moving at all. It is just that
1 minute.
Pillaya's thing alone is there.
Okay, ma'am.
Now it started. Yeah. But no music.
Ma'am.
Okay. Just check. Because resource person has come.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Kamala Saha, Ms. Have a grand welcome to her. Yes, see
Thank
to
you,
it that. Yeah, you are welcome, madam. Just few minutes, because today actually students have this model exam, and almost all the students are writing. So we have to wait for the students. Otherwise, by 10:35, generally we used to get the huge crowd. That's what Dr. Uma was telling.
Today examination, the kids are paranoid. That's it, ma'am.
Doesn't matter. We'll wait for a few more minutes. No problem. It will not be a problem. Just we can start. Exam would have got over, no, Dr. Uma?
We are just winding up. Some are starting late, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, a few minutes, ma'am. We'll start off, ma'am.
Yeah, doesn't matter. 350 is almost 330 students are there in the YouTube link. Here almost, yeah, century. 400 odd students are there. Good.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I was expecting 1,000, because almost all the students would join.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
They are there, ma'am. They are in queue, ma'am. A few minutes before the BPT is over, they will join, ma'am.
certainly, that would be fine. That would be
Thank
fine.
you,
You
ma'am.
carry on
We'll
then.
start the PPT,
Carry
ma'am.
on. Yeah, GPT got over, I think.
We'll do it, ma'am. We'll do it with the
Yeah,
music.
you start then. No problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
A very good morning to one and all. Just as Thomas Morrison's quotes go by, I have found that rather than dwelling on the negative, if we take a step back and consider the blessings in our lives, including seemingly small, sometimes overlooked blessings, we can find greater happiness. Yes, we are here, blessed, as we are hale and healthy. Being bestowed with the Almighty's blessings, we begin today's session with a warm word of welcome to everyone virtually connected here. With the promise of a healthy future and prayers to bring us out of today's alarming situation, we begin today's session. Under the auspices of IQAC, a national level webinar on crossing overseas opportunities and avenues for English language learning, organized by the Department of English, Valiamal College for Women. The popular Chinese proverb goes, if you're planning for a year, sow rice. If you're planning for a decade, plant trees. If you're planning for a lifetime, educate people. Here we are on a platform created by our patron. I would like to welcome our revered correspondent, sir, Sir A.M. Arivuday Nambi, sir, who bountifully provided with a fabulous platform to augment our skills. We heartily welcome our respected Madam Principal, Dr. T.V.S. Padmaja Ma'am, for being the driving force behind all our initiatives to promote learning and intellectual development. Welcome you, ma'am. I'm truly delighted to welcome our eminent resource person, Ms. Kamala Saha, founder and chairperson of ITM Consultancy. She has served as the anvil for many professionals to be shaped to the best of their selves and to perform to the best of their abilities. Ms. Kamala, with a corporate experience of over 10 years with top-notch brands like GE, ABN AMRO, Bank of India, and the likes, with an added advantage of international exposure and the entrepreneurship stint of over 10 years, she has effortlessly blended the best of both the worlds, India and the West. With a master's in literature from American College, she holds a British Council's Trade the Trainer's certificate to not only train in communication skills, but also in international competitive exams like IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, and the like. She is an authorized reseller in Telangana for the European publishing giant Burlington Communication Product Burlington English. Ms. Kamala has also spearheaded content generation to authorizing many books for spoken English and English for English speakers of foreign languages. She has handled end-to-end assignments for a gamut of requirements ranging from communication skills, soft skills, leadership coaching, and whatnot. She supports a lot of non-profitable organizations and can relate to trainees from multiple backgrounds and customize her trainings, putting clients' needs first. She has been giving several seminars and workshops both publicly and in the house. She has equipped herself copiously to come educate the young learners and prepare them to explore the world, traversing the seas. I'm certain that we would imbibe a great deal today from our enriching discourse. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am, and I welcome all the participants to this seminar. I would welcome our principal, head department of English, to wish the gathering.
Hi, are you all able to hear me? Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, I have some audio issues. Uma ma'am was speaking. So, Uma, am I good to go? Can I start?
Yes, ma'am, you can start, ma'am.
Okay. Will you be posting the presentation here?
Will you be posting the
Yeah, we'll be posting the questions in between, which is being asked by the students. We'll post it, ma'am. You can start off, ma'am.
Okay. So, good morning once again to the management of Aliamal College, the principal ma'am, Uma ma'am, and all her team. They've been working with me last few days to put this together, and wouldn't have been possible without their efforts. So, I would like to thank them from the bottom of my heart for this effort. And I hope today's session will give all of you who are present today something new that you have not thought about, something you can take back home, process, and build your career from here. So I believe in this group, we have a combination of all 3 years, 4 years in the college. Or do we have only the final years, Uma ma'am?
All the 3 years, madam. All UG, PG, all are there.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
So, I hope you're aware of the title of our workshop, the webinar today, which is Crossing the Seas. Do you want me to post the presentation, Uma ma'am, or shall I just wait for you to start off? I've put together a presentation, so there is some visual, a reinforcement of what we are going to talk here. The title of the workshop webinar, as you all know, is Crossing Seas and the Opportunities of Learning English and How It Can Help in Building Your Career. I mean, it cannot be a better launch pad coming from the Department of English of Valyamal College. They have organized this more so to, make you more aware of the importance of picking up a language like English and how it is going to help you with different steps in your career, whether you want to take up a job here, you want to go for higher studies in India or abroad. In everything, you're going to require this strength of language, which will come from English because English is the official language of the world. That's the language the entire world speaks. So it's important whether in India or abroad, we are conversant with English as a language for communication purposes. So my presentation here today would cover broadly what you should be looking at as next steps, depending on whichever year you are in the college. You should be planning your career soon. And if you can start early, even better, for the simple reason that you will have that much more time to process all the information you'll be getting from this webinar. And even after this, you can go back and do your homework and get back to us for more details about the opportunities we're going to discuss today. So yeah, if you can please put it in the presentation mode, please. In a slideshow mode, or are you able to see everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, great. So let's, can it be made full screen, the slides? Because I'm having trouble seeing through. So in this webinar, like I said, we'll be looking at all the possible options of exploring your stream of career. If it is India, then what is it that you require? If it is abroad, and particularly when you want to go abroad, it will be the study route. In which case, what will be the best way to start the process? What are the steps involved? And there are like many exams that you may have to give. Like every professional enrollment requires a testing, which will be done for going abroad too. But then we have narrowed down all the different exams, and today's session we'll be also covering one very important and mostly mandatory exam, and the only exam probably for going abroad, which is IELTS. So we'll be touching upon that as well today. So I hope in the next half an hour or so, I'll be able to cover all this information for you in a way that you will be able to process. Yeah. So Maha or Uma, are you able to put it in the bigger screen in a slideshow mode? Or I could parallelly open my presentation here. It's on slideshow? Okay, great. Okay, yeah, yeah. So yeah, crossing the seas. Now I'm just going with the simile of crossing the seas because we have with us, thanks to Google and so many search engines and the World Wide Web, an ocean of information, isn't it? We have everything at our fingertips. So as much easy as it is to have this kind of information, also uh, 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 blessing and a curse for the simple reason that there's so much to choose from. So it's easy to get lost, to get marooned in an island. You want to set out in a notion of a new voyage, and how bad can it get if you have to get lost? So we don't want you to go through that, which is why we'll be looking at all the different waves of opportunities which are available, and what is the best way you have to ride on so that you can get to the next shore without any hassles and make the most out of this opportunity. So crossing the seas is all about helping you with all the right information, relevant information, and of course, simplifying this process and steps for you. So this is just the first session of equipping you with all the knowledge that is required for this. Yes. Can we move to the next slide, please? And I had covered what are the objectives of this workshop. Can we move on to the next slide? Whoever is driving, yeah. No, the next one. So when it comes to, it's not moving on my screen. Is it moving for you all? We need to be at the next slide now.
Maha, slide is not getting moved, you know. Who is operating? Yes, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, the objectives. Again, a quick bullet of what we just been discussing. We want to handhold you, support you in this journey so that you don't get lost, you don't get confused, you are able to take every step in a very informed way. And we'll give you all the tools and the power of knowledge which is required in this journey. It will help you make those informed decisions which are not only suitable for your budget, your family plans for you, but also your own future plans. So we'll try and integrate all of them and help you with making the right choice. And of course, like I said earlier, I'll be giving you a very brief, very broad introduction to the exam which is required for this, which is IELTS. That's the International English Language Testing System. Next slide, please. I hope you're all with me. And I wanted to understand at this point, if you do have any questions, I'm not following on YouTube because both are I'm not able to keep it open and the audio is jarring. So if there is any questions or anything, I hope Uma ma'am or Maha ma'am will be working it out and keeping me informed about any questions that I need to take on. Of course, we do have a separate window for your questions at the end of the presentation. Yeah, sorry.
We'll keep you informed about the questions, ma'am. Don't worry.
Great, thank you. Can we move to the next slide, please? So much for the objectives of the webinar. The next slide talks about, if you do have any questions or if there is anything that you are looking at as expectations from this webinar that you could share. So since the movement of slides is taking a bit of a time, I'm just telling you in ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I present the question. One question.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me, ma'am.
Sure.
Yes. Pooja ma'am has a question that what are the requirements for the opportunities to apply abroad?
Yeah, the requirements I'll be covering in a minute. It's also part of the presentation, but of course, there aren't too many except broadly speaking, your 10th, 12th mark sheets, your degree, of course, your degree mark sheets and the exam, the English proficiency exam that I was referring to. So obviously the passport, you need to have the passport in order to travel abroad. And yes, that's pretty much it. So there will be some financial documents as part of the process, which will be again helping you with. We even help you with scholarships for eligible students. So we will be covering the steps involved in the process. And yes, we are able to guide you at every step, right from, helping you with the course, college selection, which country to, getting your visa approved. We'll be doing it all. And even the preparation for the exam is something I'm able to help you because I have a certification from British Council. I don't know if Uma ma'am has covered that before. So I'm a certified trainer for IELTS as well.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. So I think it's come up. Should we move on to the next slide after the objective? I had just put that option for people to have questions, ask questions at this point or set expectations. Other than what I have taken on the webinar, if there's anything else you want me to cover, I'll be happy to.
Okay.
And can we move to the next slide, please? I think it's more because of the number of people present in the meet. It's taking a lot of static time to move from one slide to another. So you have to be patient with us in making this progression. Should we should we just circulate the presentation late? Okay, great, it's come. So why do we need to even look at an international opportunity? There are many reasons why people go abroad. And I have just put some of the most common ones I come across when people approach us for, helping with overseas options. Well, travel, who doesn't want to travel? Everybody loves to travel. And so the kind of learnings and the exposure travel brings, there's no substitute to that. So yes, people want to pick up that essential learning and exposure which travel brings, and travel to more countries, other countries far from our geography, better the learning, more diverse the experience and the exposure. So yes, that's one of the reasons. Then it also helps in building self-confidence. Now I must tell you, here in another Chennai college, when I was making a similar presentation, one of the students asked me, so you're anti-India or what? You want people to leave India and go? Now that's definitely not our objective. Yes, our company is Exodus overseas, but that Exodus is not to just send everybody off India and make India be devoid of talent. The idea is, see, even I have been abroad and today I'm back with all the learnings that an international experience brings, and I'm able to help so many of people like you. So the idea of even suggesting something abroad is to help you get that kind of, it helps in definitely building your self-confidence, because you have to handle it all by yourself. There won't be your mom, your dad to do your laundry, to do cooking, keep your food ready. You also have to study. You also have to do all that. You also have to probably pick up, manage a part-time job, because most of the countries in the student visa itself allows you to also work. So you pick up those essential work experience and even earn some money in dollars. So why not? So all these benefits are there when you go abroad, and definitely that helps you make yourself a stronger person, and helps in building your self-confidence. So that's one of the reasons people go. And then you also get to see other cultures so different from ours and learn from that. You also learn another language. Now, we also work with a lot of European countries where you have languages in addition to English, like French, German. There's so many. Of course, all these countries do keep English as the language of instruction, medium of instruction in colleges. So not that you will be stuck with a with a language barrier in those countries, but it will just help you pick up another language. Why not? So, but yes, English is the main language, the lingua franca. So that will be something you will have to hold on to for the rest of your life, whether you're in India or abroad. But yes, if you also do get to go to other countries, like I was saying, where there are other languages spoken other than English, yes, that's your opportunity to pick up another language. And of course, meet new friends from all across the world. And when you come back to India as well, the kind of boost it gives to your resume when you are an internationally educated person, when you are foreign return, like we call it. So that definitely adds to your profile, and the employers are also going to be pleased and more than happy to offer you a role if you are going to come back to India and look for a job. So these are some of the reasons why you will want to travel abroad at all. Get that edge over the peer group, because everybody is going to be doing something or the other. And what will make you different from the others is how robust and how much you can add that meat to your profile. And international options is definitely one way you would be able to do it. Next slide, please. Any questions so far? I'm just hoping that Uma and team are following up on that.
Yes, ma'am, we are following up.
Okay, great. Can we move? I think I'm fine, even if you can just move slides so I can, because it's taking a while. You don't have to wait for me to finish that slide. I can always pick it up from where I left. So we don't have to do this waiting while, we transition between slides. I'm so sorry about all the time it's taking. between two slides. Of course, we can share this presentation with you later on. And what it's supposed to do here in our webinar today is more like a visual support. Of course, I will try to cover what's there and more than what is there in those slides. So if you're able to follow me, hear me, all right, you're still doing good. So don't worry about the slides at this point. It's just another visual prop. Perfect. Now, can I apply? Okay, all right. You're saying there's this advantage. So who is the right applicant? Am I eligible? What is the kind of money that's required? Is it going to be like too much? We are just middle class family. Let me tell you, in the last 10 odd years or 12 years to be precise, I've been working with students who want to go abroad. 95% of them, I tell you, have been all from very humble, modest background. Not that we only had the rich people going abroad. Thankfully, we now have so many means and methods to pursue something which is normally out of our budget because we have the government, uh, allowing students to take education loans for this kind of opportunities. So yes, even if you have a budget of 5 lakhs, we'll be able to help you find a country where you can progress your career. So what else are required? I told you like English proficiency is something because you're going to have to use it. Even to go to a grocery, to buy something or to order your food, you're going to have to use English everywhere. You're not going to have any other language option. So English proficiency is average to good. See, again, you're not going there to become English teachers. So we don't expect you to have a very impeccable English. You have to speak like a professional. You have to have auditory skills. No, what you require is basic, average, functional English proficiency. And if you don't have it, I'll be happy to also help you with tools and trainings which can help you acquire it before you go. So that's on the first criteria. Then IELTS is the other, which is part of the English proficiency. But like I said, it's one of the most sought after mandatory tests. But we do have some countries where even IELTS is not required. If you have done your education in English medium, we have like, interviews, university level tests with which we can still get you an admission even without this exam. That apart, average to good academic score. When I say average, 50 plus. So we're not like, it's not only the bright students, it's not only the toppers who will be able to travel abroad, it's everybody. I mean, we have something for each and every one of you. So as long as you have an average to a good academic score, we'll be able to work out options. And then a budget, like I said, between 5 to 12 lakhs, usually for a course which is 1 year, which will help you earn all the work visa. Let me tell you this, when you go as a student, you of course are able to work even as you are studying. And then of course you get post-study work permit in most of the countries we are dealing with, whether it's UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, name it, everywhere you are able to work in student visa. And after your studies, you are also able to stay back and get the graduate job search visa, which is given to all the graduates from those countries in order to pick up some relevant work experience. So usually 2 to 3 years, you are able to stay back. And in that period, we also help you look for settlement options. Many countries welcome residency applications from their students who are already there. So you are able to explore so many long-term opportunities of even settling in that country, depending on where you're going. So we'll be able to help you with all those different steps involved in the process. And you have, name it. Is it only the, this stream who can go? Is it only English students who can go? Is it only management students who can go? No, we have something for everybody. So you could be in any line of job, you could be looking at any profession, any career, and we have courses which can be tailored for your requirements. So you will be able to take up a career subsequently in that line. So there's no restriction as to who can apply. All you require is, the love to embrace multi-ethnic study environment. Your classmates are not going to be just people from your area, but it's going to be people not only from across the country, but across the world. So you'll have a Spanish, you'll have a French classmate, you'll have a Chinese, you'll have all Indians, you'll have all of them. And if you're having that open mind in you to work with everybody, enjoy all the, diversity this kind of a culture brings, then yes, you can very well go for it. And you should also remember that with all changes, there are challenges, right? So you're going to a foreign country, it's not going to be as easy as me telling you, you know what, we are going to handhold you. Of course, we will handhold you. We will help you with every step of the process, even after you land, till your visa, travel booking, till you land, we'll be in touch, not an issue. But then you will still have to face it all by yourself, right? You are going to live through the whole experience, and change is not easy, let me tell you. I've had like most students who have gone, and in the first Skype call, they've cried, missing home, missing parents. You're going to feel homesick. You're going to find all the changes initially, not very comfortable. I'm not saying it happens with everybody. There are people who are used to changes, who like changes, who want to take it up like a challenge, and they even come out successful. All of you will eventually. But yeah, initially there'll be those teething stages where you will want to, think back and say, did I really have to do it? Well, you had to do it because you had all these reasons to, which we have discussed. So, which is why I wanted to put it right here that it's a combination of not just qualifications, eligibility criteria, but also a whole lot of what you call attitude, competence, which is required from the students. So, if you think you have it in you, you are, yes, a right applicant. So far with me, everybody, any questions? While we wait for the next slide to be transitioned. Anybody, any questions so far? Are you all with me? Is my pace okay? You're able to follow me? I can also use Tamil if you'd like.
Can I ask a question, ma'am?
Yeah.
What are the eligibilities to get a college scholarships, ma'am?
Scholarships usually comes with good meritorious scores in your academics, and also to an extent from your English exam. The IELTS also avails some scholarships. So for students who are in college, who have already lost their 9, 10, 11, 12, we are able to work out a whole lot of activities which will help you get a full 100% scholarship. In places like US, you can build your profile to help you even do your bachelor's, everything free of cost completely. You can really start early. So like I said, we don't want to, we don't want to restrict it to only meritorious students. We've also helped students who have not just done well in academics, but in a multitude of activities like sports. Somebody could be good at, voluntary activities, done a lot of voluntary stuff. So there are several criteria for scholarships, but mostly it would be academic merit, and also what do you call, yeah.
What are the eligibilities to get a college scholarships, ma'am?
Scholarships usually comes with. Yeah, I was just saying that it usually comes with merit, merit in your academics, merit in the tests that you are asked to, and some of them even give after you are in the college and you have done a semester and you have done well. That's also a time when you would be eligible for scholarships. Some of the universities do have scholarships post landing. So there are so many options we can explore. It's completely, individualistic, case by case. So I'll be happy to look at your profile. If you're looking to going abroad, I'll be happy to assist you with all the options you are able to explore. Yeah. But yes, scholarships are available, and we will be happy to help you with checking out what best you can avail from those schemes. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. So we have the next slide here. Like, what's the next steps, the processes that, again, here I have just tried to keep it very broad. What normally happens, like first you have to check the entry criteria, and the expenses involved in different options. So then you decide based on your budget and your requirements, you go ahead with, the country uh, of your choice, then within the country, which college, which course. So we'll be helping you with shortlisting the courses with from the variety of options. First only we will give you a filtered option, so you don't have to get lost. So we have your profile. We know you're from commerce stream. Okay, you can then explore XYZ. So within that, in this countries, you have XYZ options. So within the options that we already shortlist and give you can then go through the university links, find out about the various details of the course, the college, the country, and then come back to us and say that, you know what, I have shortlisted ABC in that. Okay, so and that's how normally the process works. Of course, we will be like guiding you through all those steps of selection and filtering and shortlisting. And then also, like I said, we are able to help you clear the exams, the mandatory exams, which are required to go abroad. And then apart from that, we also will be like working with the universities that you have selected, the colleges where you would like to apply. We represent all the colleges. We will be like exploring for you. We are practically present in every country, which is a popular destination. And we work with mostly all, public universities, which are government colleges, private colleges. So we will be able to give you a plethora of options there and help you complete the application processes, the admission requirements of those colleges, get the offer from the college, and then once you get the acceptance from the college, uh, what's left is only the visa process, where again we are equipped with a team of officers from the High Commission itself. So we have some of the ex-visa officers who are part of our team. So we have a completely exclusive visa department where our team of visa officers are able to screen your profile from a visa point of view, because it's not just enough you get admission in a college. It has to culminate in a visa approval. So we'll have to make sure that you are eligible to get approval for that country from the visa standpoint of view, from the college point of view. So we will be helping you with making those choices and selections, and of course help you completely throughout the process with documentation, helping you with the cover letter, preparing the statement of purpose, name it. Everything is being covered. So these are the steps broadly involved. So you first have to shortlist, select your courses, and then probably you should be looking at getting that acceptance from the college and followed by the visa process. So next slide, please. Any questions so far while we wait for the slide to transition?
Girls would like to find out if TOEFL, okay, it is for American countries, either TOEFL or IELTS or PT. What exactly should they be preparing for in the first stage as naive people who
Thanks
haven't
for asking that.
clear
I'll be
idea?
covering that too next. As in, what are all the
Okay.
different exams involved? Yes, we have
Thank you.
TOEFL other than IELTS. We have a Pearson's test of English, which is also nowadays accepted widely. So we'll be covering that in a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. In terms of what we can offer, since we work with so many countries and so many options, it's easier for you to get lost, for us to also get lost in terms of helping you with the choices. So as a deliberate exercise, we have chosen to only work with the best of the best. That's in the world. So the colleges that we work with are usually the top ones. Not that we can't work with other colleges, but usually getting a representative status for those colleges are tough. But because of our expertise and the experience, we are able to help you work with the best of the best colleges, public universities, where normally getting an offer is not easy. We can help you coordinate with the staff of the different colleges, admission department, the faculty, in order to help you, get that admission that you're looking at. And then we, other than providing counseling for admission, we have a very transparent policy where we keep you posted at every stage of the process. And since we cover all the countries, all kinds of budget, We will want to keep it, at least from our side, the service is free. So because we represent the universities, we would not be charging you. The universities will be taking care of our expenses. So our process is completely free. What we are able to do for you, whether it's helping you with the interview process, selection process, visa, everything is free. Of course, if you are looking for training for the exam, which is mandatory, that will be chargeable. But there again, we give you a very competitive rate. So everything else is free, and there will be no surprises. Like suddenly you are told that you have to pay so much. No, we'll give you upfront for this country. This is the visa application charges. These are the different processes involved. This is the total cost. And let me tell you, it's usually a cost anybody can bear. It's never really that financially stressful, if you are decided that yes, I want to go abroad. Because let me tell you, whatever you're paying here in Indian rupees, once you land there, you will be earning in dollars, and dollars or pounds or francs or whatever is the euros, whatever is the currency in the country, and they are all exponentially higher than our currency rates. So it would be a challenge initially only to pull in the right financial resources in order to take the travel. But once you land, you're also able to work there, earn in dollars. So from day one, you have landed yourself up in a job. Trust me, you're going to be able to manage your finances, save up for your loan if you have borrowed loan, and even help your family back home with any financial support. I'm telling you these from the experience of my students I've been helping with for the last decade or so. So it's no empty promises, and they're all like real time testimonies from my students. And I'll be happy to put you across to some of our students if you decide to travel at all. That way, you will have better clarity on what to do, what is possible, what's not possible. So, and we have the best visa success rate. Obviously, not surprising because we have a team of experts, ex High Commission officers. So, visa approval has been our forte. We have never had rejections really because we missed out on something. One or two approvals don't happen for various other reasons. Students are unable to travel, but we have the best visa success rate in the market today. So that's so much about best of the best. Slide. Can we move to the next slide? Where we will be getting now on to the exam and an overview of IELTS. And other than IELTS, there are other exams too, like somebody brought up. There is TOEFL. IELTS is from the University of Cambridge. So it's got its own standards and higher acceptance. TOEFL is from ETS, which is a body in America. Used to be the sought after tests when people were only looking at US for higher studies. But now with the whole world opening up, the entire world is welcoming international students, especially people from India, because they know the talent of the students here. We have so many more options other than TOEFL. So TOEFL and PT used to be only computer-based, and IELTS used to be a paper-based test. But now all of them are available online. They're available on computers. So and in IELTS, you have an option to choose paper-based or computer-based tests. So getting closer to each test, IELTS is an acronym. It's a short form for International English Language Testing System. It's an acronym. Each letter stands for something. And it's, like I said, from Cambridge University, most recognized, most used English exam. And it's not only the universities, but even the high commissions who have to process your visa applications. Some of them insist that you must have a score in IELTS. So it's for every international student going to an English-speaking country. And then we have TOEFL. TOEFL, again, like I told you, it's an American body. It's a test of English as foreign language. It's again an acronym like IELTS. So it's computer-based, and all these tests, let me tell you, whether it's IELTS, TOEFL, PT, three popular ones I put here. There are, of course, more, but usually it's one of the three. And I am taking up IELTS in this session because any part of the world, any college, any visa process, you should be good with just one score in IELTS. So That's the reason I'm focusing on IELTS in today's webinar. But yes, you should be aware of the different other options available. So TOEFL is there, and PTE is Pearson's group, Pearson Test of English. It's also to check the readiness of non-native English speakers to join an English-speaking country. And it's also a computer-based test. And all the three tests are there to test your abilities in listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So if you can move to the next slide, there is a structure of what's in IELTS test, and that's pretty much the same in all the tests. I mean, what's being tested, the modules are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So there will be usually audio-based questions in listening. In reading, there'll be passages that you have to read. And it's not like the reading comprehension we do at school, where we, just read and then find the question and then find the answer in the passage and answer. No, it would be like a very it is a lot of time management where you have to find the answers within a very specific set of time. And you will have so much more to read that you can't read line by line, word by word. So there will have to be selective learning techniques to be used. You have to read between lines. You have to see more than the obvious literal meaning of the passages. There will be, implicit messages that you will have to take note of while answering the questions. So reading is a combination of, time management and analytical skills. Yeah, thanks for the slide. So in IELTS, if you see, we have, well, it's a prerequisite. What is IELTS? It's a proficiency test to check your ability to listen, read, write, speak. And it's a prerequisite in most of the countries to immigrate. And then it's internationally recognized, coming from Cambridge University. So you will have a certificate from the University of Cambridge when you have given the test. And usually the banding system here is not, there's no pass or fail here. So for different countries, different courses, there will be eligibility criteria in terms of scores. And in IELTS, it's a banding system. So from 0 to 9 band, you could score anything in this 4 modules. And depending on what you score and what is the eligibility for the course, you will be put to options accordingly. So like I said, listening, it's a 30-minute section. It's a 30-minute test with 4 sections, 40 questions, and you will be like put through audio and there'll be questions to answer based on the audio you listen. Reading is a 1-hour test where you have 3 sections. In each section, you have like passage about 700 words long. So that's about like 2,000 plus words to read, which you have to read in 1 hour and answer 40 questions. Wouldn't be possible, which is why I was telling you about the selective reading techniques that you need to pick up. So the preparation that we will be doing for you for IELTS will help you with all that. And then you have writing. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, that was my pet. So yeah, we were on the, okay, no problem. You can be on this. I'll just quickly take you through the writing and speaking part of the test as well. In writing, you have 1 hour again. In IELTS, there'll be 2 tasks where you have to write an essay. So usually there will be specifications on what is required in that task, and you'll be doing that and you will be completing that test in 1 hour again. So all these 3, listening, reading, writing, happen together, whether it's computer or paper-based. In IELTS, you can choose. And then we have a speaking component, speaking test, where you will be having a separate window, a separate schedule, a one-to-one with an interviewer, where a person like me, an examiner, appointed by Cambridge, will be there to ask you some questions, which are basic ones. We'll be helping you in the preparation with taking those tests as well. There'll be mock tests. And the tool you have before you is what I'll be using in my preparation. It's usually an interactive tool where you will be able to practice on your own. You will be having lessons. You will be having, various activities related to each module. So if there is listening and you have multiple choice questions. So you have to have a set of practice tests in that particular type of question. If it is going to be matching headings to something, that it requires a different set of activities and skill sets, which you will be practicing on. So this is a very online interactive tool, which is available to our students, which we give as a part of our training, where you not only pick up all the essential skills for the exam, but you also are able to improve your communication levels in English. So can we move to the next slide? So this is a virtual tool. In addition to this tool, in the exam preparation, you will also be having one-to-one sessions with me or anybody in my team who will be helping you with preparing for the examination. So our inputs will particularly matter when your writing tasks have to be reviewed. We have to give you a feedback for the scores and what you should do to improve those scores. And then speaking again, mock tests, like how it happens in the exam, we'll be doing a mock test with you. So that's so much for our IELTS preparatory plan for all. So other than the class hours, you will have this tool with a few days of access, usually, 1 month, 3 months, you have different access packages. So for that much time, you're able to use the tool anytime you want, because it's going to be on it's app-based, browser-based. You can access it on your phone, on your computer, any time of the day you're free, you want to practice, you'll be able to do it independent of the tutor availability, because you will have a virtual assistant also available in this tool. Next slide, please. Any questions so far while we wait for the slide to move?
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah, I think we are pretty much done. It's now question hour. Yes. Go ahead, please.
I'm confused whether should I do my MSc in India and go to abroad to work, or should I study MSc in abroad as well? Which one would you suggest, ma'am?
If you are looking to taking up a job abroad, whether you do in India or abroad, if that is your plan, I will suggest you go for your master's abroad only, for the simple reason that you will start your career, you will fast track it. So whatever time you will have to do your master's in India, 2 years, you could already be in that country, you could already be doing the degree, and you would also be picking up the relevant work experience. And I mean, if you are planning to take up job in India after your master's, whether you do it here or abroad, even then, going abroad will be a better solution, because of the fact that your earning capacity will that much increase. It will be multifold compared to the remuneration, the packages you will get in India with or without masters. So I would encourage you, if you do have a plan to go abroad, okay, which is more harder to prepare? Good question. So before I go to that, did this answer your question on where to do your master's?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, well, yeah. Now to the question on which test is easier. Well, there's nothing really easy or tough about any test. If you are familiar with the format of the exam, like I said, all of them are testing the same things. The structure might be different, the type of questions might be different, which will be like anyways covered for you depending on which exam you choose to take. So I can still share with you a very practical tip. Some of the things which have helped students make a choice between two, not in terms of how tough or easy it is, but more in terms of how good your handwriting is. For instance, because this is paper-based IELTS. It used to be only paper-based. Of course, now it's become online option too. But earlier, when it used to be only paper-based and people had a very bad handwriting, like I have one, so we would prefer typing off than having to write. So that way you can choose between tests based on what's your comfort. What's the criteria for getting into UK? Was that the question? It just flashed.
No, ma'am. Getting scholarships, ma'am. Getting scholarships.
Scholarships, yeah. I mean, let me tell you, with COVID, there have been a lot of unfortunate turn of events, but the good side of things have been the the way the markets are opening up themselves to international students, because they have been closed for admissions. They have not had the kind of talent which generally goes, even in terms of economy, they've had their downside thanks to this borders being closed. They are very happy to offer various, discounts for the courses which are usually available at an X cost. There are a lot of discounts and scholarships which are coming up. So depending on which course, we will be happy to look at all the discounts that is possible, and we can get you an offer if you're eligible for that particular course. So yes, there are plenty of scholarship options even in UK. UK is what you're looking at. And UK, let's not just think about, London, Britain, there's Ireland, there are so many, Scotland, wonderful options which are available for, somebody looking to international studies. So I want you to have that kind of broader spectrum when we're talking of UK, not just London. Is it easy to prepare for TOEFL? Any particular training institute for IELTS exam? Where is it? Well, there's so many. You're all in Chennai, I suppose. There are so many institutes there. If you like to go to an institute and do, I have been offering IELTS training too, but there's only so many I can take up, right? So if you can check with me, you will have my contact details available for you. So if you're interested, you can check if we are available to take you on board. We'll be happy to train you, and all our trainings are online. And even we have this tool that I could share with you. So it shouldn't be a problem for you to pick up anything online as well. The accent of English language overseas is different. How can beginners overcome this? So that's the whole idea of asking you to give these exams. Yes, we do have a website. I'll be sharing it. Your college will be sharing it with you shortly. So basically, for the accent, for the various challenges you may have, we may find trying to use English on an everyday mode. See, so far we've been used to using English how probably to write leave letters in schools, colleges, to talk to teachers. If the teacher is a warm, friendly teacher, we can even get away without English. Speak in native language. Of course, if we fail for one time, there's nothing like failure. What do you mean by failure? Is it visa rejection? We can reapply. Uh, of course, we will take care that nothing really, goes amiss, and there will be no mistakes from our side. But if for some reason, and there's no pass or fail in these tests, if you're talking about these tests, there's nothing pass or fail. Are you able to hear me? Why does it say this?
Yes,
Turn
ma'am.
on your microphone. I hope you're able to hear me, everybody.
Yes, ma'am, we
We
can,
can
ma'am.
hear you.
Okay. So yeah, I was saying there's no pass or fail, whether it is these English tests that I was referring to, or for your admission. See, we will be writing to the college, we'll be sending the application forms with your documents. We'll be sending it only if we are confident that you will get the offer. But yes, for some reason, if they are not able to take you, they will themselves tell you alternatives, what you could apply for, and we can apply for those. So there's nothing really to worry about as failure, so to speak. Because what is failure? Not being able to do something at all? That cannot happen because there's always workaround. We will be able to find fixes, alternatives if something doesn't work out. So even IELTS, if you've got a 6 band, we can get you an admission. If you've got a 9 band, we can get you an admission too. How can I apply for scholarships? Well, you have scholarships even in India, but then there are also scholarships offered by these institutions abroad. So that is all, part of the services that we offer. When we say we are not charging you and we are giving you services, it's for all these things, end to end, A to Z, everything we'll be helping you with. And our team is big. It's not just today I am present for the webinar, but I have a very huge team back end who will be able to work on any number of applications. So if all of you today who are present want to go, we can still help you. So don't worry. Excellent, brilliant questions. Any more? Okay, which is more recommended, studying the post-graduation abroad, working there, or we complete studies in India and move to abroad? Like I said, I think this is a question we had covered a few minutes back, that if you are planning to go abroad, I'll say the earlier the better. For the simple reason that you will start earlier. See, the set of challenges, the set of things you have to learn to pick up before you reach a certain stage in your career, certain success in your career, is going to be more or less the same, whether you do your course here or there. any course to develop communication skills? Yes, we do have in that tool also, activities which can help you. So you will have a 1 year long access if you would like. So you will be able to pick up some communication skills. We also have courses where we help you with your English communication. So yes, we can help you. And the reason we are holding on to this particular domain of training is only because we know the success of a student depends on your language competence, which is why even your Department of English has organized this to help you understand the role English has to play in your career, wherever you are in India. Even if you have to travel up north, you're not going to be able to use your local language. So you're going to need a common language, which is, if it is in India, sometimes Hindi, but usually English. And in corporates, there's no two ways. You can't just do away without English. And come on, we want English for other reasons also. It's not just for career and very serious reasons. English is the language of Facebook. So I think that gives us more reasons. YouTube, Netflix, all the kind of series, the movies we want to watch, everything is in English. So it'll be fun if you can learn English. So whatever we can help you for making you learn that language, we will be happy to. And we'll make sure that it's learned in a fun way. It won't be a very drab of English class where you'll be only learning grammar. Grammar will be, of course, covered, but let me tell you, it's listening, reading, writing, speaking. There's no grammar in this. A lot of people think I'm bad in grammar, so I can't give this exam. I will not score well. Well, no, grammar is just one of the many criteria, the rubrics, the parameters that are there. So if you are only given a proper training and a coaching for the exam, everyone, irrespective of your current levels, will be able to at least look at a score which is 2 levels above your current level. So that's what we can assure you we can do with our trainings. Yes. Any other questions?
I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yeah,
We have agencies like IDP in India, which helps us to do our TOEFL exams and go abroad.
that's right.
Shall we trust them, or just how can we go right away from them to abroad, ma'am, without having their help?
Um, See, IDP is a bigger name than Exodus Overseas, which I represent today. Now, we are all different institutes available only because we want to help handhold you in the entire process. So whatever we are doing through our programs, webinars, workshops are all to help you with the process. Can you do without it? Yes, of course. Like I said, I mean, everything is available for you at fingertips today, correct? If you have the clarity, if you can research, if you have good research skills, if you can do your homework, go through it all, get the big picture right, consolidate information, follow the process, you can do it even without the help of these agencies. And usually, agencies like us, we don't charge is because we don't want you to miss out on our help just because, there is a cost to it. Because our cost is being covered by the colleges that we work for, we're offering this free for you. So what is the harm? You can as well try the agencies. But yeah, it's important to, pick the right ones. Yes, agencies do help us, help you in getting scholarships. We do, for instance, a lot of them do. So you'll have to, like I said, choose the agencies who can help you with the right options. And it's all about, planning. Success of any venture is in planning. So if you can take somebody to partner with you in the planning part of the process and even in the execution, like applying and all, why not? And if it doesn't come with the risk of any cost, I think you should take the support. Yeah, where people are charging, they're taking some hefty amounts upfront. You want to be like doubly sure about the reputation before you pay them anything.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I'm going to complete my second year BSc soon, ma'am. So when should I apply for MSc if I'm going to study abroad?
Well, you would be, let's say, in second year, this year means you would be completing in 2022, May?
No, ma'am. This month I'll be completing that is, I'll have my SEM soon, second year. So after
Right.
that.
So 2022 is when you will be completing your bachelor's, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. So 2022, if you complete it, let's say by this time, May, June, you will be eligible to apply even in September of 2022. So you can start the process as early as January. or even now if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the test that I was telling you will be the first step of the process. Generally, it's because you have some
Excuse me, ma'am.
time. Yeah.
Ma'am, how many days we have to undergo training for applying for that IELTS exam, ma'am?
Good question. See, it's again dependent on the person, but the recommended, like for British Council, we have been told the recommended time is 40 hours generally for an average student. But somebody can make do with even 20 hours. Somebody will require 60 hours or even more. We generally have a diagnostic test before we, decide on the duration of the course for a particular student. So some may uh, as well do well with less hours. Some may require more. End of the day, we want you to, get the best score possible in the first attempt. No point giving the exam again and again. There's no pass or fail. But if let's say you are looking for a course which needs a 7 band and you've got 6.5, obviously you have to like duplicate your efforts and time and even money. The test is not um, cheap. It's it's from Cambridge University. It's delivered in India by IDP and British Council. They are the franchisees. So the cost of the each test is about 14,000 to 15,000 rupees. So you don't want to like just waste your money in multiple attempts. So better you take some training and then go for the test and clear it in one single attempt.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. So yeah, wonderful questions. I'm glad there are questions coming, which means you've been listening. Yes.
Ma'am,
Is there
I
any
have a
time
question. May I
limit
ask?
or no question, ma'am?
Yeah. All of you ask. Please take turns and ask. I'm happy to answer all of your questions.
May I?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Pooja. I'm not the student, but I would still like to ask this question representing the
Sure.
students. It is believed that there is no age boundary for learning. I would like to
Absolutely.
ask. I would like to ask: is it possible for late realizers to study abroad? And if so, what is the age limit? Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful question, Pooja. And I must confess here that my concentration of people who have gone abroad through me, majority are working professionals. I've had like even somebody going on a student visa at 41, 45. I have an application from a 50-year-old. So yes, I'm so glad you brought it up. I wasn't quite sure if we have a mixed group here. I thought it's only students. But yes, you are. See, for working professionals, again, they want to go abroad because they want an international career. They want to be able to earn in a foreign currency and take advantage of that, dollar difference. So what is it that is available for them? They cannot directly get a job visa. Okay. So even though they have experience qualification for a role, they wouldn't be able to apply for a job in that country until they have the valid work visa for that country. And student visa is one pathway to earn the work visa. So there have been a whole lot of them going through us who have all not who are not just fresh graduates or students who have just finished their studies, but a lot of them people with experience as less as 1 year to 10 years, 20 years even. So yeah, I'm glad you asked it. Anybody can go, and yes, like you said, there's no limit to age for learning. What challenges should I expect to face in abroad?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering to that question. Thank you.
No problem. Glad you got the answer. So yeah, the challenges could be as unique and different as each of you. Uh, what I may face, and I can tell you what I faced as a challenge when I went abroad. Um, for me, it was managing cooking after class, after work. It was very tough. I'm so used to going back home to a home cooked meal, and you don't always get the time or energy to do it. So you end up taking refrigerated food or packaged foods or shortcuts. So that was a big challenge for me. So for each student, it can be different. Like I said, there will be something or the other, silly, big, but all of us go through it. And it really, and I must confess that that is in fact where I picked up my cooking skills. I didn't know cooking until I went abroad, and there I was forced to pick it up because otherwise I have to live with those sandwiches, dry sandwiches, and stale stuff on the counter. So I picked up my cooking skills also thanks to that international opportunity. So it could be different challenges for different people, you see. But yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah. Who else? I
Ma'am,
thought I had
which
two,
is
three
the
people asking about the same time.
ma'am, which is the best country for career, ma'am? I mean, for higher studies or something.
Tough question because again, for me, it could be one country, for you, it could be another, depending on what is your profile, your background, and your budget, your everything. But yes, every place today after COVID is pretty much at the same starting point, of picking up from where they have left their economies. So everybody has got a huge, what should I face an interview? Yeah, I'll come to that, Nandini. So every country is welcoming talent as much as they're also hoping to, build their economies with the talent that's available. There is, especially, somebody with an IT background has career everywhere they are wanted, because the future of any industry is in artificial intelligence, machine learning. Every sector is going to need IT skills, IT professionals. Everything is automatic. Robotics are being included in most of the services that is being offered. So there's no like one country for people with that kind of skills. For somebody with a healthcare background, nurses, there might be a few countries which are paying really well, where the work culture is very good. So it really depends on your profile and what career you're looking at. Mama has shared something in the Google form. Is that like a feedback form, ma'am, or something for the audience? Anyways.
Yes, it's a feedback form. It's a feedback.
Okay, great. So you can fill that up and so did this answer your question as to which country is good? There's no like one, be all end all. Every country has its own advantages. So we'll have to look at it from what is your plan? What's your goal? Is it just to go pick up a degree and come back to India, or you want to settle back? If you want to take up residency, because if you want to stay for a long term, you have to pick up the, green card, blue card, whatever is their residency option, so that you will be treated like a citizen. So you want to pick up all those benefits. So you have to see like what's your plan and accordingly choose the country. Can you tell us some tips that we have to follow? Yeah, the tips is, look, it's always about prioritizing. But I think there was one more question that I missed before this. I'll finish this and I'll try to recall that. I was saying that what are the tips to go abroad? First, be sorted. Don't try to be walking in thin line between two choices, and the choices should not be going abroad or not. If you've decided going abroad, then your choices should be around which country, what is suitable. So always clarity helps, because when you have multiple options available for you, it's easier to get excited, get overwhelmed, and make decisions out of excitement, or that overwhelming as an emotional response. So it's important that you keep your head calm, make those choices after you process the relevant information, which is why I said informed choices. They shouldn't be like something impulsively taken. So a lot of time people, and going abroad, let me tell you from my experience in the last so many years, that it is like getting married. Now, I'm sure now most of you are not married who are present in the meet today, but uh, if you know people who have been married, there's a time for everything. So if you have that muhurtam, in uh, Vele we say, right, in Tamil, it's like on the Vele vandirchinaka, anybody can go. Adu varalanaka, no matter how much you try, it doesn't happen. For some, something else came up. For another person, somebody in the family was unwell. ஏதாவது காரணம் வந்துரும். இல்ல somebody actually got their marriage proposal that they are unable to travel. ஏதாவது ஒரு holding back factor வந்துரும். People will not be able to travel even though they are eligible. So going abroad, என்னோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்ல பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் it is more like a matter of luck and efforts. There should be no compromise. Adula we can help you, but unless you have it in your luck, அது ஒரு யோகம். அது வர வரைக்கும் we'll have to wait. But tips ன்னு பார்த்தாக்க for any initiative you take up, and the clarity of mind is very important. அந்த clarity of mindக்கு என்ன தேவையோ அதுக்கான necessary steps and efforts தான் நீங்க எடுக்கணும். So what was the other question? Which is easy. Okay, they wanted to know if there are any trainings for skills required to take the exam. Yes, we have. Like I said, Engloda preparatory tool is all about helping you with all the skills, sub skills which are required. Main skills being in the language skills. Courses abroad, easy or hard? Good question. Very good question. You're going there abroad in order to study. And only if you complete the degree, you'll be eligible for the job visa and everything. So for a course complete panna mudlana, it's no point. And if you also want to go and also be able to work, college you attend பண்ணிட்டு workum பண்ணிட்டு, you should be able to balance it all. College liye romba portion irukku. You have to study a lot. Then you have to come back home and do more research, do assignments, projects. It's going to be tough. So it's very important and crucial that you choose the course depending on what are your plans. So you have like different levels of complexity for various courses. Yeah. So if you want to go for PG also, you can. Unfortunately, India of course with the new education policy, most of these countries you are able to break and do. So if a PG pouring, you don't have to do at once. You can as well split and do. Or a 1 year course panikalam. So it will be only the first year of masters. Then you get your 1 year of job visa. And the 1 year job visa further extend panikalam. Thank you for the feedback. So you extend panikalam. Apra adula konjam work experience edutittu, if you even get a PR, adukapra neenga second year of masters pandringa break panninala, you can directly join the second year because you have those credit points. It's all credit based courses along. So on the market, you can try to break and do courses which are doable. End of the day, you have to complete the course. So whatever, so course selection we also get involved and we try to give you all those practical, tips on how you should choose. You shouldn't do something which is very exotic and you can't even like pass that subject. So that's very important, course selection. Hard easy it may be compared to India, it will be hard because your instructors, faculty are all going to be, from various nationalities. And they will not handhold. India and our teachers alone, they have been very nice and warm, happy to help you whenever you go to them. They are available. Abroad when you go, so don't go for a very intensive course where you have to first pour if it's especially your first time abroad, you will already have your set of challenges. Better to go for a course which is easy to do, which you would love to do. You should go through the components of the course and the options. Are the subjects which are in the semesters really what I want to do? So you will have to make an informed choice. That's why I said it's important you keep this sorted. Because on the decision making, every step of how you process these information is important and relevant. Well, thank you, Padmaja, for your time. We are not done yet. Are we done? Is the session coming to a close?
Thank you so much. That was an informative session, ma'am, because invariably the students are slated for another examination also, and you also you have an appointment for your slot. We keep the students informed about your contact number so that they can get in touch with you every now and then to get details, or we can arrange for another session also, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was inputs into the nuances of language and communication skills in terms of overseas education. So many of them have a lot of doubts. You literally put it in a platter to them to understand what it is, what IELTS is, what is TOEFL, what is PTE, and things like that. Thank you. We realize your proficiency in the language is for sure a capital investment. You beautifully brought out the importance of the lingua franca. Most importantly, it is the window of the world. We understand how important it is to start early. Thank you so much for showing us the difference between these exams. Thank you for boosting the morale of our students, ma'am.
Of
Over to
course,
Ms.
I'm
Pooja,
so
Assistant
glad, like I
Professor.
said, if they can even get some confidence boost, information boost from the
Yes,
session,
yes.
which can help them, I'll be most happy to have that feedback. Thanks to you, Uma, for arranging this.
That
Thanks to
was very
Padmaja
kind
ma'am,
of
your,
you. Just,
your principal. I think
she's
she's,
not only a principal, she's the head of the department also. She's
yeah,
our
she's
guiding
also the
light.
head of the department, and I think it's all these people at the leadership level, at the helm, who really are required to take the students along. If we have the right people at the right places, I think the students will get all the right choices and opportunities. I'm so happy for them.
Well said,
I'm
ma'am. Well said.
thankful to you.
Many a times, actually, whenever we had discussions with the students and all, they used
Yeah,
to tell, regarding various career opportunities as well as higher studies, overseas studies.
yeah.
Then we thought, why not we have a session like this so that students will get an idea about the overseas opportunities. And Dr. Umar Rajmohan and the department took the initiative, and you have become a part of our institutions. And a wonderful session, madam. Actually,
My
we
privilege,
are
ma'am.
very
It's my
happy.
honor.
We are very
Thank
happy.
you.
Maybe in the near future also, we wish to have an association with you so that we can have a workshop like thing so the students also get the benefit out of the workshop session. Thank you very
Yes,
much for sparing
I'm
your
more
valuable
than happy to give my time whenever you want. So
time.
anything, anytime, please let me know. I'm happy to
That
help
is
you. Like
that
you said,
is
I'm already a part of your department and your
Thank you very
organization.
much and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Uma ma'am,
Over
if you
to
could
Ms.
please share,
Pooja.
I think in the last slide there is the contact things. So if people need to contact, I think that's part of the slide.
Okay.
We did not show them, or you could share it with the registered students.
Yeah,
However,
we will for sure
because some
share
of them
it,
are
ma'am.
asking for it. Yeah.
Yeah. And Ms. Pooja, Assistant Professor, Department of English, will propose the vote of thanks.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. With this beautiful statement of Melody Biddy, I take this opportunity and deem it my privilege to propose the word of thanks. Firstly, on behalf of Valimal College for Women, Chennai, I would like to thank our resource person, Ms. Kamala Saha, founder and chairman, ITM Consultancy, Exodus Overseas Limited, Hyderabad, for sparing her valuable time out of her busy schedule and accepting to address on a virtual platform today. Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us sequentially on how to equip ourselves with all the prerequisite and necessary skills and the steps involved to take up career abroad with special focus on English language. English language proficiency does help an individual flourish and open doors um, to greater heights. I'm sure after listening to your wonderful talk, the audience will not get marooned in the island, but would sail smooth to reach their goals. Thank you so much. Humblest thanks to our correspondent, Thiru A.M. Ariude Nambi, for extending his unflinching support and encouragement. We are grateful to our principal, Dr. T.V.S. Padmuja, for her excellent guidance. She has been the pillar of strength behind each enterprise undertaken by us. Thank you, ma'am. I must mention my deepest sense of appreciation and thankfulness to our participants for their enthusiastic involvement in today's engrossing session. Hoping to have your support and participation in the future as well. Many thanks to the technical team for their inexorable assistance. I effusively thank all the faculty members and students for their enormous cooperation in the organization of this webinar. And above all, my devout thanks to the Almighty for his guiding light and blessings. Lastly, I want to thank everyone for making this national level webinar a roaring success. Once again, I thank you all. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. That was lovely. Thanks, Pooja. Thanks, Ma. Thanks, Padmaja ma'am. Thanks, your management. Thanks, students, for the patient hearing. I think you've been great. You really made my day.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks to Gayatri ma'am and thanks to Mahalakshmi ma'am for all their support.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Kamala ma'am.